Our last group tonight, sitting before you, is the Royse City High School Wind Symphony. Our first piece is the new piece that we worked up over the last couple of weeks. The students have done a great job with this one, considering that we have rarely had a full rehearsal since UIL due to attendance, due to field trips and testing and senior skip days, which is awesome turds days. Okay, but we hope you enjoy this first piece from the movie Midway, World War II movie, and the soundtrack in this march is written by John Williams. Okay, our next piece mostly features our woodwinds and percussion sections, and we performed this as our middle piece at UIL Concert and Sight Reading, where this group also received, just like our other two groups, received straight ones from all judges at UIL this year. Sweepstakes. Okay. I believe, and I haven't done the math, but I believe that is the 8th sweepstakes in a row for this group for UIL concert and sight reading over the course of 10 years, because there were 2 years because of COVID that we did not go to contest. So that is 8 years in a row for this group. So awesome job. Pretty cool story about this piece. I sent our UIL recording of this piece to the composer. I was pretty proud of it. I was like, okay, we have a couple mistakes here and there, but like, this is pretty good, so let me know what you think. And he commented, he texted me back, and I read this to the kids already, but he said that this is, the recording I sent him of these kids, he said it was one of the very best recordings he's ever heard of this piece. He said that a lot of band directors are eager to send him their recordings of this, but their performances come off a lot like hot dog water. So we were pretty proud of our recording of this, and we hope you enjoy Oracle by Eric Rath. announcements before we play our last piece, because we are ending the year with a busy schedule. If you were at the beginning of this concert already, I'm sorry, you're going to hear them again. Our high school band banquet is this Saturday, May 10th, in the RCHS cafeteria from 7 to 10. Wednesday is the last day you can purchase tickets for this event, and we have our end of the year awards, some funny awards, some food, and then parents can clear out for the dance afterwards. We have marching fundamentals from 4:45 to 6 p.m. on May 12th to the 16th, and the percussion has their percussion camp on those same days, but from 4:45 to 6:30. We had marching band registration this past Saturday, but if you were not able to attend, please email me at jason.webb@rcisd.org so we can get everything ready for this next year. Finally, before we play our last piece, I'd like to recognize our seniors in the wind ensemble, the Wind Symphony. We sure are going to miss these kids, but we're super excited to see what they accomplish in the future. Seniors, please stand up. I didn't tell them to sit down. Did y'all get pictures? We good? Okay, awesome. All right. That's a lot of kids. We're going to miss them a lot. So I'd also like to thank our awesome band directors, band parents, and school administrators that we have in our village. Mr. Fullwood, Mrs. McMaster, and Dr. Anderson have made it clear that they are our biggest fans, and they support our program in all the ways that allow us to enjoy working, teaching, and learning here at Royse City High School. We would not be able to provide these students with the quality music education that we do without everyone involved. So thank you all. Our last piece tonight is Until the Scars by John Mackey. This was our toughest piece. This was our grade 5 that we played at UIL this year. It was a lot of fun working it up. This one has some really cool grooves in some places. It also has a lot of energy and a lot of volume in some spots. So thank you again for coming tonight, and we hope you enjoy our closer, Until the Scars by John Mackey. That's all we got. Hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming out and listening to us. Thanks.